Hello everybody, welcome to yet a new episode of Daniel's Videos and Etc. Today we're going to be unboxing this package straight out of China, and quite honestly, in my opinion, all real Holga products come from China. And that's where they are born, because I know this because the first Holga was invented in China. So this is why I'm making that statement, and like I always say, real Holga products come from China. And that's just an obvious statement, and I just like to say that because it is true, because that's where Holga was invented. So, guys, we're going to be unboxing this package from China. We're going to go ahead and begin. It's kind of amazing it's traveled so many miles across the sea just to get here. Alright, so we got this little box here. That's it. Alright, so I'm bringing my Olympus out here because this is actually an accessory for this such camera. Alright guys, so we got this little bag here, and I'm going to go ahead and open this little bag, or bagish, whatever you call it. Alright, it's not as nice as any of the other products I gotten that are Holga made because they have that artwork on it. I don't know if that's just American products that Americans would sell, or the United States or whatever, but yeah, here we go. So this is right here, it is the Holga Lens for Olympus DSLR camera, and its model number is HLO. So I'm going to go ahead and open it here. Open to yet another bag, and then we have, here it is. This is the packaging. Yeah, this is the packing with the camera lens in here, and inside we got a manual, which actually is quite a bit thicker than most typical Holga manuals that I encounter. But this one's straight from China. I don't normally order older products from China, but yep. So right according to this manual, it's a lot bigger than, yeah, like I said, most typical Holga manuals, but this manual is a generic manual for any type of camera. So I'm going to bring my handy cam here closer. So we got right here compatibility between Holga lenses and I can't see that. All right, compatibility between Holga lenses and digital cameras. So they make this lens for Canon, Nikon, Olympus, Pentax, Sony, Olympus P pen cameras, Panasonic cameras, Sony, and Samsung. So they do make different sorts of versions of this lens for different sorts of camera brands. And I'm excited that they do make this for the Olympus. So this comes with, right according to the manual, it comes with the lens, has a focus ring, and the white mark indicating where to put that on the lens. Where to put the lens on the camera body. It comes with the front cover for the lens and the back cover. Nice touch. Alright, so looking at the back, this shows you how to install the lens. It's simply, you just slide that on and turn it. That's just pretty much it. Remove the original lens from the digital camera, and also remove front and back covers from the Holga lens. Place the Holga lens over the mounting hole in the camera, matching the white mark on the base ring, and to the lens installation mark on the body of the camera, see Fig 2. Turn the base ring of the lens in the direction for the lens installation as explained in the manual. For the camera concerned, it says concerned, I don't know why it does. But for the camera concerned, until a click sound is heard indicating that the lens is secured in place, installation is completed. And the removal is pretty much the opposite. So this pretty much tells you how to use the lens, like you just bought a new Holga and it's showing you how to use the Holga. But it says right here that color filters are compatible with the lens using just your normal color filters, as well as your typical Holga, and even the Holga lens filter is compatible with this lens. This lens is pretty much, I believe, the same size as your typical Holga lens, as it does fit those parts to it. It does not, I don't think it's compatible with the fisheye lens, not very well at least. But it is compatible with the typical Holga wide-angle lens and the total photo lens, and close-up lens set and macro lens set. Those do work, and but they're not. But the fisheye lens is not compatible because the fisheye lens is mainly dependent on the focal length between the lens and the image sensor on the camera, and that is completely different than the focal length between the lens to the film on Holga cameras. So that said, that's why Holga special wide-angle fisheye lenses have to be made for special cameras. But I do believe that they do make the fisheye lens for digital SLR cameras, but they're actually all the same. So they do make like a so there's no stand. They're all the when you get a fisheye lens for a DSLR camera, they're made for all the DSLR cameras and not just a specific one. But it's made for all of them, so that's kind of interesting. So right here we have the Holga lens. Unfortunately, it's black. My camera's green, and it feels like a higher build quality than the lens itself on the actual Holga. I don't know if this uses actual glass or anything like that. I'm going to look more in the manual later in the video, but I believe it's just plastic like the typical Holga. And the camera, the lens cap is a lot like the Holga lens cap, very plasticky. And I'm pretty sure if it's just pretty much the same one they use in the typical 120 series N cameras, 120 N series cameras. It's probably that same lens cap. Alright, so here we have the lens, nice and shiny. This is the Holga lens for Olympus DSLR camera, and that's what it says. Its aperture is 1.8. I believe it's fixed and doesn't change. Its focal length is 6 centimeters, and it's the HLO model. So there you go. So on the back there we have the little cap that's covering the back of the camera. Just pop it off and then you're good to go. And notice that you see these dots right here. The dots indicate that this lens is actually a vignette. This lens is designed to have vignetting in the picture, and this camera takes very boxy pictures, or not boxy, but it takes very square pictures. It's square. Its pictures are more square than your typical DSLR sized pictures. So that would be perfect in that case to make almost a medium format image. But yep, the holes on the back of these lenses usually indicate that it's going to make a vignetting image on the picture. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the typical lens. I got the lens cap on. I don't have the back lens cap yet. I will get that someday. And of course on brand new Holgas they actually do put the plastic on for the focus ring. So that's something that they've always done on, or that I had on my Holga camera. It had that same feature. It had plastic on the focus ring with the people on it. So I'm just going to peel that off, and there you go. There is no plastic though around the bezel of the lens, so kind of saves the time. But let's go ahead and put this on here. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the lens, line it up with the red dot, stick it on, and turn it, and there you go. It is attached. Basically what I've just done is took a $180 camera and just turned it into crap. That's pretty much a joke that most people make about this kind of lens and putting it on the Holga. But it does not have, it only has one aperture, and that's 1/8, and it is adjustable. This focus is adjustable, but it's like really hard to turn than compared to the Holga. This one's like a really, I think it's like a glue, because I can hear like a sticky-ish noise inside. It's like a kind of a sticky noise kind of thing, like most you hear from glue. But there you go. There is the Olympus with the Holga lens on it. And I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera on and see what it says. According to the camera, its aperture is set to 113. I don't know how it knows that because I didn't actually program it. Oh, that's not the aperture. That's the, oh, that is the aperture. No, that's the shutter speed. But it seems to be stuck. The camera will not allow you to change the aperture because this is not a digital lens, and it won't like switch it in the camera body. But there you go. So only thing I can adjust now is the shutter speed of the lens, or I'm sorry, the camera. So I'm going to go ahead and go to live mode and see what that looks like through the body. Now as you can see right now, you can't really see anything. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust the aperture or the shutter speed so you can finally pick up what's on the image. That thing's not picking up anything at all. Oh, there we go. It's very odd. I might need to adjust the focal length in the camera settings. So I believe to do that, you go to image stabilization, and then I have to adjust the focal length. Oh, so I go image stabilization, I go down to focal length, I have to hit this button on the top here, and then I'll adjust the focal length to 60 millimeters, which I cannot do. So give me a second, guys. So yeah, it doesn't seem like I can adjust the focal length to 60 meters. So I'm going to do a little bit over 65, might do the trick. But let me zoom, get the focus into place, and hopefully we can figure out how to capture a picture on here. Interesting. So there's like no light coming into the camera right now. Alright guys, give me a second. I'm going to see what the problem is. And hold on a minute. Alright guys, so I think I may have figured out the problem. The camera itself is fine. I think it's because of the lens. Its design, I don't know if it's like a problem or anything, but I think it needs a lot more light to take a picture. So I'm going to go ahead and take some test footages here pretty soon. I'll upload them to the camera. Not the camera. I'm going to upload the pictures to the video. I'm going to use so pretty much the reason why it's really dark here, and I even have the ISO boost to 1600. It's not getting any images because of the fact that it's designed like that. And when I do get an image, it's a bunch of Swiss cheese pictures. Like you kind of get to see kind of like the hole. You kind of see the holes on the lens. Like for example here, you can see like a star effect on the picture. So I'm going to go and test out this image outside, guys. So I will be right back in a moment, and I will upload those pictures to when I edit the video, guys. But guys, thank you for watching this episode of Daniel's Videos and Etc. unboxing this lens. Video's technically not over yet, and the pictures will come up when the video's over. But thanks guys for watching, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. I don't know whatever that will be, but perhaps it will be soon. School's coming back soon. Kind of excited about it. But guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Like, subscribe, favorite, dislike, I don't know. Whatever those features are you can do on YouTube. But guys, thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next one, and have a great day. Alrighty guys, so I am back from my journey of taking pictures, and I just want to say a few things. There's a big problem I noticed on this lens. Actually, I didn't really notice it before. I didn't take note of the focal length right here. It says actually 60 centimeters or 6 centimeters, which on my lens that came with the camera, its focal length is 14 millimeters to 42 millimeters. So this thing has a smaller focal length than this camera does, meaning it's going to be a lot more zoomed in. So yeah, basically the main problem I was having with this thing is this thing was really zoomed in on things, and I wasn't really happy with that, and I kept getting like a lot of problems with like I couldn't really get something in the shot, and I was looking at the sky, it didn't look very well. So in case, just like as a help, I brought my 3 lenses with me. I brought the wide angle, and I found this does help, and I brought the fisheye lens. I wanted to see if it would actually work. It kind of does work, but it's not very high quality. But it does work, so that wide angle fisheye does work in that case. And I also brought the telephoto lens. Telephoto lens just brings it even more closer. But pretty much I'd recommend using the wide angle lens if you decide to just use this lens as your normal picture taking lens. But this lens is pretty much good for experimental shots. But I'm going to go ahead and post the pictures on the computer, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. Also a few things. I had to boost the ISO up all the way just to get the shutter speed to be within the 100s to the 250ths of a second, 1/200s of a second, like just to get into the normal range so I don't shake the camera when I take the picture, and you can see that. But I had to boost the ISO up to like 1600, which is the max on this camera. So that said, just keep in mind that you're gonna need a lot of light to take these pictures, and if you don't want to have or the downside to having the ISO boost up like that is you actually see those marks with the holes trying to create that vignetting effect. You do see that a lot in these pictures. So main problem with that is keep in mind that will happen, and if you do want to get rid of that, I think you need to probably use a tripod and have the ISO set to like 400 or something low enough so it won't capture that those holes on the camera's lens. So that's pretty much that is the case. So guys, those pictures will be coming up now at the end of the video. But guys, yep, so that is the Olympus lens, and I think it's alright. Just need a lot of light to make this work, and it is pretty zoomed in when you're taking pictures already. So wide angle lens is what I recommend you guys use this thing with.